Sweet.
Yes. Alright. Oh, looks like one of my co-hosts just showed up. And there's my girlfriend, Tavaria.
Yo, hello.
Hi.
Hey,
Hey, Scourge. And hey, honey. How's it going,
This is good.
guys?
All
going
is
good.
well.
We are live, I believe. Han, go ahead and set up your Discord reaction images, and then I'll set it up.
Alright, give me a moment here. Hang on.
Anyways, while she's doing that, let me go to my thing.
Cool.
Just trying to get this to cooperate with me so that way I can actually get these saved and then get them set up.
Alright, we are live, so hello guys and future protectors of the chaos, Chris here, and welcome to episode 13 of Ask the Chaos Protectors, featuring my special guest here, the Sega Scourge.
Hi. Good to be here. Hey everyone in the chat. I could see people jumping in already.
Yep.
I hope everybody's doing well.
Hey, how's it going there, Soldiers and Guardians? This is our Sailor Peace here. Glad to be here as one of the co-hosts here.
And
Nice. I like how everyone's so organized and has like their little quotes prepared for what they'll say. And then there's just me who's like, yeah, I'm just here to chill out and answer some questions.
That's all it always is with every episode I have. It's literally, I've actually lost track. I've lost track of too many of how many episodes I've done.
It's fair. Fair enough. Hi, Sonic Speed News. What is up?
Anyways, guys, as always, you know the rules. Any questions you have for today's episode has to go to my guest here, not for me and my co-host.
Peace.
But
Obey
what
the
if
rules.
I'll redirect all my questions onto you guys just to make it awkward.
Really?
Nathan Lopez actually asked, how are you doing today, Sega Scourge?
I'm doing pretty good. Admittedly, I'm a little bit like tired, but that's kind of like the whole reason why I was looking forward to this, because it's just an opportunity to just relax and talk,
Right.
and that's what I need today. So,
Right? And it allows your viewers to get to know you.
right. This is pretty great. It's a win for everybody. Ow.
Alright,
you alright?
I have mine sent over to you, hun.
Alright. Alright, let me go to this. Let me grab this.
Yep. For clarification, listeners and viewers, there's still some setup being taking place. That's what's happening.
Peace.
Alright.
Ooh. Whoa. Nathan Lopez asking me about my 3 favorite donuts and 3 favorite ice cream flavors. That's a very personal and intimate question. No. For real though,
Yeah, you'll
I
get
like.
those kind of questions a lot. You'll get those kind of questions a lot.
I can't for the life of me think of like a preferred donut. I literally just say anything Krispy Kreme tends to go down well. In terms of like ice cream, I can only list 2 off the top of my head, and that'd be something watermelon sorbet because I love stuff like that, and anything pistachio because I love pistachio, and it's green as well, which I also like. So yeah, I've only got 2 for the ice cream, and donuts is just not applicable because I'll just eat any.
Alright. Yeah. Jonathan Bowe asked, have you ever played Sonic Adventure DX?
Oh, of course, it was arguably the game that introduced me. I'd say fully to like the Sonic franchise. I played Sonic 2 when I was very young on original hardware, but in terms of like the game that like dived me headfirst into everything, it was SA1. It wasn't DX, it was just like the original Dreamcast version. I got to DX way later on, but I still kind of prefer the Dreamcast version because the models look cool.
Alright. Okay, I do
Who wants
see
that
question.
remake?
Here's a question from Silkadoom and one from Sonic Speed. I'll go with Silkadoom first, and then I'll read off Sonic Speed. He asked, Sega Scourge, what is your favorite movies?
Favorite movies?
Yeah,
Holy moly.
I'm assuming you got a lot.
I do have quite a lot, yeah. It's difficult for me to list like a favorite of all time kind of movie. I mean, if I'm going by like genre, it's probably easier. So like if it was like a favorite movie in this particular genre, I could probably, like for example, if you said like what's my favorite sci-fi movie or something, I'd probably say The Thing, for anyone who knows the old John Carpenter movie The Thing. Very terrifying. Very cool. One of my favorite movies of all time, if we're talking sci-fi. But it's difficult for me to just say like overall favorite movie because I have just way too many.
Hello.
Hi. And here's my other coast.
Can you all hear me?
Yep, we can hear you.
Can hear you loud and clear.
Alrighty.
Let's go ahead and take
Also,
a spirit. Continue.
Hi, Doc.
Nice to meet you, man.
Good to meet you too. As you joined, I for no reason at all my out and slid on the wheels of my beds in the room, so it sounded like I was far away.
He totally did not do that.
Let me get the Discord thing real quickly for you, Chris.
Alright.
Oh wait, I already sent it. Oop.
Still some setup going, guys. Just hang in there. Questions will be got to. All is well.
Thank you for your patience, ladies and gentlemen.
Alright. Let me go to that. Alright, copying that. Anyways, and here's the question from Sonic Speed. Any big projects in the works?
Well, for me personally, there's the next like major Sonic What If episode I'm working on, but that's been kind of like a steady progression. October's been kind of crazy for some reason, like just a variety of things that I won't go into, but it just kind of slows things down. But it's on its way. But in the meantime, it's allowed me to kind of work on a lot of other side stuff as well. So, what's going on?
Yeah, a little bug there. Just one sec. One sec. I gotta make a new one.
Okay, it's all good. No problem at all.
Just some technical difficulties going on, ladies and gents.
When is there ever any, and when is there ever not any technical difficulties?
It always happens with us.
Always happens every time we stream.
You know what right? I'm gonna say this now, like this is my opinion on you guys. This whole setup's great, and there are things that you've shown me here that I actually didn't know you could even do, like having like the avatar characters like gesture when people are talking. I think that's really cool. But next time you should have all of this set up from the jump and then hit live, because otherwise things like this happen.
Alright, let's see. I'm gonna make a new one. Alright, let me grab your image. Yeah, this kind of thing is pretty fun. Anyways, while I'm doing this,
live stuff's always difficult, honestly.
Here's a good question.
Why I stray away from live stuff.
Here's a good question from Muhammad. He asked you, Sega Scourge, how did you meet Tavaria?
Well, I mean, me and Tavaria, we've known each other for quite a long time. I mean, without going like into every little specific thing, essentially we were involved in the best way to describe it is machinima projects that just involved voice work. And I'd already known Tavaria through YouTube, so when it came to a friend of mine needing like a particular voice, I reached out, and then we got talking more, and then we were just involved in a lot of projects together. Even most recently, Tavaria actually voiced as Xena, the Zeti, in part 2 of my SBO trained by Master Zik What If. So, yeah, even today we still know each other. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, I'm quite interested in your latest one that you're currently working on, the Black Exodus.
The latest episode, I can't say too much about what that's going to be just yet.
Yeah, no spoilers.
Super secret at the moment.
Gotta keep it for the audience for a big surprise.
Well, it's difficult when there's like so much anticipation building or like theories on what it's going to be, because sometimes I see people like I'll say right now, even on my Discord, I've seen some people actually guess exactly what it is, and I'm there like I can't say anything. So yeah. It's killing me. The anticipation.
That tends to happen.
Yep. Anyways, let's keep these questions going. Let's see. Ooh. Yeah, to Sega Scourge, what inspired you to be a voice actor?
I wouldn't go so far as to call myself a voice actor, but I don't know. In terms of just creating content and stuff, it's just for as far back as I can remember, I'd been kind of partially involved in the Sonic community. Like one of the heads of Tails channel, who I believe goes by Ryan, way back in the day, they were doing a news, I guess, piece every so often on the channel called Sonic Source. And back then, they were reaching out for people to do voiceover. I just so happened to get picked for that for quite a while. Evan took over, obviously, like way later on. But I guess that's the first foray into voice work, I guess, in the community. And then it was just all Sonic Theorist stuff for a while. That was all primarily voiceover. But now, with like the what ifs and things, I guess I've been stretching like vocal chops a bit more. Because I do like little character voices now and again just for flavor. But like, I wouldn't say I'm a VA or anything. There's like tons of better people that could do it. You know, if I was like handling a project like that was like super duper serious, I'd just like, cast a bunch of other people to do it rather than me. But yeah.
All right.
It was a very long-winded answer.
Hey, more we know.
We got a question here from Mohammed. Which is your favorite but better console, the Dreamcast or Genesis?
Oh, I have to go Dreamcast all the way. Dreamcast all the way on that one. I mean, that's the one I grew up with more, but I just think it's like a super cool console. Come on, the memory cards have a little screen on them. What other console has memory cards with screens on them? That's pretty cool. People are being so nice in the chat. Just, how's your day, Sega Scourge? Thank you. My day's going very well so far. Much better now, actually.
It's good. It's good. See, and just a reminder, folks, please direct all your questions over to the Sega Scourge here. Do not ask us co-hosts.
Yes. Only questions for him.
Peace. Okay, Nathan Lopez asked, Scourge, what are your 5 favorite Sonic songs?
Whoa, 5 favorite Sonic songs. Well, that's tough, because like there's vocal themes, obviously, and then there's like stage themes and things. Man, I really suck when it comes to like putting things into a list, like with the ice cream thing before. I just have so many that it's like difficult to nail down a few. But while I'm at it, in terms of like favorite Sonic songs, for anyone here who like isn't familiar with Sonic and the Black Knight soundtrack, go over and listen to a track called Molten Mine, because it's quite possibly the greatest Sonic level theme ever.
I love that theme.
It's a great track, right?
I'm a big Sonic and the Black Knight fan.
Good culture. Appreciate this. Yeah, no, I seriously, I guess I couldn't lay down like a specific list. Obviously, you know, Open Your Heart's got to be on there somewhere, because everybody loves that.
Of course.
Yeah. I'm not happy just like talking about like what's our favorite like Sonic songs at this particular moment. Yeah, let's just go back and forth on what's our favorite. Oh,
We got a question from God Sailor Silkadoom to Sega Scourge. Can I draw you as a Mobian?
you're more than welcome to. I'd be very flattered if you did. I have been drawn kind of partially as a Mobian before, sort of. One of the artists, well, the artist who did the character illustration of my avatar that you're seeing on screen right now, who goes by Tailsdollsdad on Twitter, or just Ringo Hazel. They drew an OC of me a little while back that was a bird, because I just love birds. And they called it Vice instead of Scourge. I guess it wasn't like specifically me, it was just a character inspired by me. But I'd love to see that, yeah, if you want to give that a shot. Heckity heck yeah. People ask me if I have an OC. So that's what I mean. It's like, do you have an OC? It's like, well, that's a difficult question because, I mean, here it is. You know, it's just me, human.
I just realized your character is pretty much the only human in here, while we got a wolf and 2 hedgehogs.
Right? Yeah, that's good though. That's flavor. Mix it up.
Hey, you gotta mix it up somehow.
Right. 2 worlds. Pfft, whatever. Humans and Mobians.
Ooh, got an interesting question. Scourge, are you a fan of the Avengers or the Justice League?
Oh, well, both, arguably. I definitely read like way more Marvel of the Snyder Cut of Justice League, and yeah, I'm up to date with all the Marvel movies. I just recently saw Venom 2, Let There Be Carnage. That was great.
Yes,
and
that
yeah,
was absolutely wonderful.
Right. That end credit scene, though. Whoa, guys, you should go see the movie. Go see that movie. It's very awesome.
Okay, looks like we got a large question right here from Omegas817. Question to the Sega Scourge: which Sonic theory do you like? Be any sign is dead for good, who is infinite, or the power of chaos?
Oh.
And then, we got one here. Question to Sega Scourge: are you a fan? Any?
Technical difficulties.
Yes.
What's up? I'm still here. Nothing's wrong.
Okay.
I said I'll be right back.
Oh, okay.
Okay,
Alright.
okay.
It looks like the stream's still going on here. Yes, it is. Okay.
So yeah, Babylon Rogues. Can't we have Babylon Rogues in more games that just aren't riders in Olympics? They could show up in a mainline title and part of the story. I don't know why they haven't.
They've shown up in plenty of the comics. So.
Yeah, that's great when they show up in the comics, and they even had a good prominent role in IDW. It's like, yeah, guys, take notes. You know, this is how it's done. I love the Babylon Rogues. I'd love to do a what if on them at some point. Don't know what, but something.
Right.
I remember
we got
there
one
was
right
a
here.
cool little what if universe if Tails and Wave swap places.
You know,
Right.
I think that was spearheaded by a friend of mine called Katari, who also has done art for the What Ifs before. They kind of want to do like their own stories. I think that might be one of theirs that you're quoting, which is also really cool. So yeah.
Okay, we got a question here. What inspired you to make If Sonic Never Lost His Werehog form series?
Honestly, it was. It's a very weird inspiration. Obviously, I just liked the werehog anyway, and it was when I started that. What if it was coincidentally around Halloween? So I guess it kind of made sense. But if it were like for a specific reason, it was actually because of all things Sonic Runners. For those of you who remember, the werehog was playable in Sonic Runners, and it just kind of got my brain like ticking. Like, man, imagine if werehog was like more prominent in like the mainline games these days. And I was obviously like, what the heck? You can play as werehog in the daytime. That doesn't make sense. But for those who've seen the What If and know where it ended last time in the story, that's kind of where the inspiration came from. You know, spoilers, I guess, for some, but like the idea of, man, Sonic as a werehog stuck as the werehog in the daytime. That would suck. So yeah, that's where a lot of the inspiration came from. A lot of the ideas very early on came from just me randomly playing, I think, Sonic Runners Revival Project. So yeah. That's a weird origin story for that, but yeah.
Yeah, I saw
Still
that.
an origin story. Oh, and we got one here. To Sega Scourge, what inspired you to make the Little Theorist? Or LT?
Yeah, LT throwbacks. My son. It was the main inspiration was just because I had a lot of like people saying like, oh, maybe there should be a second co-host and things. And to mitigate that slightly, I just kind of brought on like a caricature, you know, kind of thing, like another avatar. So I thought LT would fill that role. But as for like what inspired LT specifically, really weird, obscure thing here that maybe not a lot of people will get. But for anyone who's a fan of the Ace Attorney games, there was a spin-off series, Miles Edgeworth Investigations, and in that game there was a character, a girl called Kay Faraday, and she had an assistant, a little AI called Little Thief, because she was a thief. And I inspired that concept of Little Thief and turned it into Little Theorist. So, yeah. Again, another very strange tangent origin story. What I need to get on Twitter and quickly click and retweet the gosh darn. Come chill. Tweet that. Don't know why I didn't do that already. I'm really absent-minded today. You know what this stream needs? This stream, I don't know. I don't know if it's already playing. I've got it muted on the other tab, but there should be some background music, some funky beats.
Yeah, there should be some funky beats.
Chris, if you're hearing this, pull up the tunes.
Let's see. He said, "So music. Hang on. Okay." Take your time, honey. Alright. Oh, I see Rana Okazaki had just popped in. But yeah, just a friendly reminder, folks, if you got any questions for the Sega Scourge here, make sure that they are directed over to him. Do not ask questions to us co-hosts here. And also, plus, we do have...
Very good.
Yeah. Oh, and it looks like we got a question from Blazing Andy 18 to Sega Scourge. How many what ifs do you have planned in the future?
Oh, well, I have a few on the back burner that I really want to get to. But as for like a specific number, in short, my goal is I would like to, for those who like watch the what ifs and things, you may know that I create like slight variations on the canon characters. So I have like my Emerald with a specific new arm, or I have, for those who've seen Black Shadow, my goal is I'd like to have a what if universe for every single member of the Sonic cast. So eventually I'd like to have a Tails what if, a Knuckles one, an Amy solo one, literally every character you can think of. That's the goal. So, yeah. And then I can cross them over like the Avengers. No, that's what everyone keeps wanting. But I'm like, I don't know how I would do that, but like maybe one day.
You just need an Ultron. There you go.
Oh, and we got a question here to the Sega Scourge. What favorite video game do you like besides the Sonic series?
Besides Sonic, it would probably be, which monopolizes a lot of my time, Zelda. I'm a big Legend of Zelda fan. I've been going back through some of them in my spare time recently. I actually just randomly beat Twilight Princess again. Great game, probably one of my favorites. I love Zelda. I love the Zelda lore. For those who know, I'm like really into Sonic lore. I'm really into Zelda lore as well. It's something I always like sinking my teeth into. So that's probably my second favorite game franchise, I guess, besides Sonic.
Okay, we got another question right here from Mohammed. What do you think about Sonic 06?
I think somebody brought this up not too long ago, actually, a friend of mine, but my opinion on Sonic 06 is kind of unchanged as to what it's been like in past years, and that is, I think it's fine. I don't think it, deserves half of the flack it gets. I mean, in some areas it does, obviously, like the whole Elise thing towards the end. Yeah, obviously, that's pretty weird, but I'm perfectly happy with 06 being what it is, which is canon. I like adapting it into the what ifs because I think 06, the groundwork of the story was pretty good. Mephiles was pretty good. It flubbed in a few areas, and gameplay was one of them, unfortunately. But to say would I rather play 06 or Boom Rise of Lyric? I'd rather play 06. Would I rather play 06 or Sonic Forces? Probably 06 again. That's my opinion on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, we got another question from Brennan Ozaki. To Sega Scourge, speaking of Twilight Princess, have you read the Twilight Princess manga?
I have read the manga. I won't go into it too heavily, but that's for evidence that I've read it. Is that not the one where in the beginning of the story they randomly cut off Link's arm at the beginning of the story? I have seen that. Yes, I've read the manga. It's pretty wild.
Oh, now someone asks, Scourge, do you have a favorite Pokemon?
Favorite Pokemon is Metagross, for anyone who knows who that is. Yeah, Metagross is cool. Machine Pokemon with 4 brains, so it's psychic, but it's also a machine, so it's smart and it can think and fly and stuff, and it's cool. It's like a spider robot. Love it.
Hang on, I'm gonna get some music on.
Hell
yes.
See?
Oh, okay. We got an interesting one right here to the Sega Scourge. Do you feel that in the Sonic games, Tails is rarely given the proper respect he should get?
I do feel that's kind of slipped in recent years. Obviously, Force has been a prime example. In the games, there's just not a lot of good Tails rep. In IDW and stuff, it's great. If we can get that in the games eventually, then hell, it's just in recent years in the meta era and things. Not so much good Tails stuff. I would argue he was pretty competent in Lost World, albeit a little bit backhanded towards Sonic, which was really out of character for him. He's supposed to trust, this is his brother, and yet he's answering him back and questioning him. That was pretty weird. But the whole cyborg Tails thing at the end was pretty cool. And there've been plenty of other games with lots of good Tails representation. Even Sonic Battle on the GBA had good Tails representation. Showed how strong he is and how smart he is dealing with Emerald. So we just need more of that. If we can get more of IDW comic stuff in the games, then that would be great.
I would highly prefer that.
Yeah.
Question for the Sega Scourge. How did you start your YouTube channel, and who inspired you to start your channel?
There was no direct inspiration. It was purely that I had a channel already back in the day that was just focused strictly on the generic stuff, just gaming videos and things. It never really went anywhere. It was just for fun. I randomly decided though, like, oh man, I really like Sonic. I like talking about Sonic. I should try just a Sonic channel. I was, like I said earlier, I was already voicing for Sonic Source on Tails channel at this point. So it just made sense to me. I'll start up a channel. I'll do some more videos. And the thing that really kicked it off was because I was already doing VA and stuff for Tails channel. Once the first video went out, Matt Mannheimer, who was Tails channel head at the time, he was retweeting like all my stuff, so it got like loads of exposure straight away. So that's kind of what kicked it off. But yeah, no direct inspiration. It was just kind of off the top of my head one day. It's like Sonic, so I'd much rather enjoy having a channel about Sonic.
The Sega Scourge. If you can bring back any Sonic character, what character would you bring back?
Emerald? No, I don't think I'd bring back Emerald. I think Emerald should probably stay dead. If we're going, like, judging by how they handle characters nowadays, I'm not entirely sure I'd want them to resurrect Emerald. I think his story arc was pretty good. Bringing back a character, I guess, I'd like General to appear in the main games. He's been in the comics. It'd be nice to see General in the main actual, like, mainline titles. That'd be pretty cool. In terms of just like resurrecting a character that's like dead and forgotten. Anybody remember Tiara from the cancelled Sonic Extreme? I'd like to see what they could do with Tiara these days, like even in the comics or in the games. I feel like that could be a thing, but it's never been addressed. Like they did it with Honey in Archie. I'd like to see them try Tiara next. The aptly named Tiara Blubowski. Never really sat well with me, that surname.
Got another question. With the Sega Scourge, what's your opinion on Scourge the Hedgehog?
That's where the channel name came from. Scourge was just like my favorite character when I used to read Archie and stuff. Even though, he is just like palette swap Sonic and evil. I just liked it. I thought it was like original at the time, like wow, alternate dimension Sonic, and yeah, it just resonated with me, I guess. And my favorite color is green, so there you go. And it just stuck. Yeah, the name stuck. I'd been using the name Scourge in some capacity as far back as like playing on Xbox Live, so like people from back then even still knew me as Scourge. So the name just kind of became like a second name, I guess. And I really like Scourge the Hedgehog. It's the whole reason that the name exists.
Ooh, another question from Lovely Vetera. The Sega Scourge. What's your favorite Sonic villain?
Favorite Sonic villain? It's kind of a tough one. I have a lot of respect for various Sonic villains, like, everybody loves Methodist. I personally enjoy even Sabbath and some of the Deadly Six stuff. IDW does it much better. In terms of a favorite, I'm boring. I'm gonna say Eggman, because I think Eggman is like the most amazing video game villain ever. Gotta be the most recognizable. Super comedic, but kind of terrifying when he wants to be as well. And I love that about him. I don't think any other villain captures that sort of whiplashed kind of character persona. It's usually one or the other. Like, I'm comical, I'm pure evil, like Methodist. I'm really, cynical and sadistic. Eggman's like this middle ground where you never know what he's gonna do next, and that's what I love about him. So.
I have to say, I love one iteration of Eggman is the Sad AM version.
Oh, you gotta give credit to the Sad AM version. Yeah. It's that voice. The voice is terrifying. The voice alone makes the character.
Tail Twister asks, to Sega Scourge, what character or characters do you feel is the most underrated or underdeveloped?
I would say, in terms of a character that's underdeveloped, arguably Silver. As strange as that sounds, given that Silver had like his whole backstory in 06, as we know, it was all undone, so it doesn't mean anything really anymore. It's not part of the character's lore in any way. And, with a character like Silver, who's from like the future, which that's a whole like breeding ground of story potential right there in the future that they never utilize in the games. It's kind of surprising that we haven't had like more backstory or more development with Silver in the games, in the comics, anything. They never go into him very much. He's just sort of a plot device, really. You know, I'm back to save the future, and that's it. Like, come on, there's got to be more to it than that. But yeah, I mean, there's a lot of characters in Sonic who are underdeveloped, I guess. Deadly Six being probably 6 of them. But yeah, that's just the state of Sonic right now, I suppose. All the character development kind of went out with the adventure games. In my opinion, is kind of unchanged. Yeah, I just think that the characters we have need story arcs, need more development, like Silver. So.
And looks like we got one from Miles Tails Go Power. For the Sega Scourge, what is your favorite Sonic fan comic?
Fan comic? Well, admittedly, I haven't been checking out too many of like the newer Sonic fan comics that are probably circulating right now. I've actually been kind of working on one of my own. For anyone who like might be interested, there's a link on my channel. Go check that out. But in terms of like an old favorite of mine, that I still check in with now and again, because they put Scourge in, by the way, that would be Ghosts of the Future, for anyone who knows what that is.
I have yet to read that. I've heard people talk about it constantly.
It's extremely bizarre and like
What's the pun?
I like how everybody went from Yeah, no.
And sorry, I was gonna say, Chris, you just got a new member on the channel, hun, and a new subscriber.
Blazing Andy. Very awesome, Andy.
Ooh, I have another question from Lovely Veteran. The Sega Scourge. What's your opinion on Belle the Tinkerer?
Hey, thank you, Blazing Andy, for becoming a Chaos Warrior. So shout out to Blazing Andy for becoming a member.
Nice. Yeah, Belle the Tinkerer. Great design. Lots of layers to the character, like more than I thought there would be. Like I thought it was going to be very cut and dry, because the big twist for her character, everybody called from a mile away anyway, so I thought she was going to be really one note. But what they're doing with her, I mean, even recently, in the most recent IDW comics, it's compelling stuff, honestly, especially for like a robot character in Sonic. I'd argue that like Belle is the most emotive and emotional robot character that we've ever seen in Sonic. You know, like everybody loves Gamma, everybody loves when Metal gets his own personality, like in Heroes. Emerald, you know, that's another one. But I think Belle might just kind of take the cake for like true sort of like emulation of a soul, and I think that's the story they're going with, because even what's his name? I've forgotten the platypus fellow.
Oh, Dr. Starline?
Starline, that's the one.
Starline.
Yeah, even he's sort of when he had Belle in the comic, he was tinkering around. He was so enthralled by her programming, and I think that is what they're leaning towards with the story, that she is, though a machine, she can feel, and I think that's really cool stuff. I really like what they've been doing with Belle.
From Tailsdollsdad to the Sega Scourge, what's your opinion on Cream the Rabbit, and do you wish she'd be brought back into more games?
It would be nice to see Cream come back center stage in games. I still have fond memories of playing as Cream in Advanced 2 and stuff, with her Chao murder ball of death that just kills all bosses. So it'd be great to see stuff like that again. But yeah, no, I'd like to do a Cream what if at some point, if that's worth anything. That would be pretty awesome. Again, I don't know what I'd do, but I'd love to see Cream come back in the games. Even if it was just for a support role, it would be nice. A lot of the characters are getting kind of driven to the back seats in the nowadays installments, so maybe that'll change. Yeah.
A question for the Sega Scourge. Can you voice Scourge the Hedgehog? Someone asked.
I can't really voice Scourge the Hedgehog. Admittedly, though, it's somewhere on YouTube. I'll just say it now. I cringe almost at how I did it. But anyone might know Mark Darklighter, I believe that was the name of the channel. It was way back. They asked me to voice Scourge in an animation. And I coincidentally gave Scourge this kind of like really Brooklyn accent. And it's funny because Landy has, I believe Landy, so whoever's voicing Scourge in the Sonic Villains fan film, again, for those who know that, they're emulating that type of accent, which is so coincidental because that's what I always projected and imagined Scourge would have, like when I did it way back when. So I just think that's pretty cool. But I don't consider myself a VA. I don't think I could voice Scourge and do it justice. But yeah. Just kind of exposed myself then. Now everyone's gonna go search that video.
Watch it, you're gonna get a few tweets later.
Alright.
I found it!
Again. Don't get me wrong, I dived in like first opportunity like with the Sonic Villains fan film because like, you know, fun fact guys, I may or may not be involved in that, who knows. And I was like, hey, you know, anyone voicing Scourge? Like, nah, he's taken. I was like, man, why does he have to be taken?
I am back.
The Sega Scourge.
Welcome back, honey.
You can imagine a crossover with Sonic and any series. What would it be?
Sonic crossovers. I'm trying to think of something like outside of the norm that could be fun. Obviously, I think that I've always thought there should be a true Sonic and Mario game crossover that isn't Olympics, by the way. I just want to throw that out there while we're talking about this. Always annoyed me. Like, why is it just Olympic? You know what I mean? Like, you could have a full story there. Like, if Mario and Rabbids can come together and actually have a cohesive plot with cutscenes, why the hell couldn't Sonic? I just don't understand why. But, I can't really think of another series I'd love to see Sonic crossover with, to be honest. Yeah, I guess my answer would just be Mario, just because it's what you'd expect, I guess. There's the rivalry. True. It would be cool to see it happen one day. Maybe it will happen one day, you never know.
Infinite possibilities.
Exactly. Lovely Victoria asks, to the Sega Scourge, what's your opinion about Marine the Raccoon, and do you wish she'd be brought back into the games?
Well, I'd like to see them just revisit the Soul Dimension in general, so we could like see more of Blaze's world in like full 3D, and we could see Marine again. That'd be really, really cool. My opinions on Marine as a character, I never hated her. I don't really know where most of that hate came from. I don't think she has hydrokinesis. Some people like to say that. I'm not really in that ballpark. Because of that one like random little beam she fired at the end at like the Egg Wizard. Yeah, I know it was out of nowhere, but I don't think that means that she has like water manipulation powers. By the way, they were in like a magma molten voltaic cavern at the time. I don't know where she would have pulled the water from to use hydrokinesis, but yeah, that's a bit of a spiel. But yeah, I like Marine, and it'd be nice, like I said with the Cream comment, I just like to see characters return even in supporting roles, because it would just be nice to see them flesh out the universe more. Someone said hello, Joel. Joel from Vinesauce? Joel?
Hey, what?
No.
Okay. Interesting one right here. From Nadir of the Electro Hog to Darkbox and Sega Scourge. Will you guys work on videos together in the future?
I don't know, Darkbox, will we? Huh?
I'd be down.
That'd be pretty cool collaboration right there.
I didn't feel the passion in that. I feel let down.
No.
Kidding.
Anyways, here's a question from Blazing Andy to the Sega Scourge. What are you excited for next year for the Sega Sonic series?
Well, hopefully just something on whatever this new game. What are we calling it now? Because it was Rangers, and now it's being called Frontiers, which makes a lot more sense.
To be honest, Frontier sounds a lot better than Rangers.
Frontiers sounds awesome, and if it is what the leaks and rumors are suggesting about an open world game, then that sounds really cool, because that's something I've always wanted to see explored. Yeah, no, I guess what am I excited for next year? Yeah, the game, whatever that may be. I'd like to see a lot more on Sonic Origins, the compilation, because they didn't show any actual footage of it. It was all just stuff.
Right.
And I have a feeling there's probably more to that compilation than we think. So I'm really looking forward to seeing that. And obviously the Sonic movie too. That'd be great. Knuckles. Remember guys, Knuckles won't be sexy in the next film. I know that's a letdown. I know that's disappointing, but he unfortunately won't be sexy. That's what Idris Elba said. So. The pause of silence there made it all the better.
Lol.
I was trying not to burst out laughing there. I was just like, holding back.
Oh my god. Supreme Slasher asked, how was your Halloween?
Oh, it was pretty great. For anyone who might want to jump over onto my Twitter, which is @SuperScourge300, they'll see a picture I put up. I went as Shaggy, and
I will
my
be
girlfriend.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, my girlfriend was Velma. It was a great time. Just went, saw some friends, hang out, a few drinks. It was very chill, very nice, and yeah, good times. I like Halloween anyway. Who doesn't like Halloween, right? Spooky month.
Like it's the best time of the year, dude.
Like man. And of course, bear in mind, when I was dressed up as Shaggy, I was only using 1% of my power. So just everyone can stay calm.
Yes.
I'm back, and are we talking about that Ultra Instinct Shaggy meme again?
Well, no.
Oh, I'm just thinking back to the Scooby-Doo movie when Shaggy was buff.
Yeah, right. Buff Shaggy.
Jesus Christ.
Let's keep up with the questions, everybody.
Yes.
Okay, let's see. I
He's
do
on
have,
roll.
I see a question from lovely Patera to Sega Scourge. What's your favorite season?
Favorite season? That is tough. I like fall and I like winter, but like when it gets really blisteringly cold, it is just annoying because I'm one of those people who goes out and like after like 10 minutes my ears are hurting because of how cold it is. That's me. So, but like the food's good and the vibes are good, I guess. And I guess I'd probably say fall and winter because when it's hot and it's like sweltering, it just sucks. You can't get away from it. At least in the winter or something, you can just put on like a heater.
You hate to live where I live. Let's just say I live in an igloo.
Oh.
Blazing Andy 18 asks to the Sega Scourge, what Sonic character do you, and in all caps, hate?
Hate. Ooh, the strong word. Yeah, I don't. That is honestly difficult because I always say that I don't really hate any specific Sonic character. Like I don't even hate Elise. You know,
Alright.
like, there's a lot of flaws, but like there's some redeeming qualities, I suppose. It is really difficult to nail down a character that I absolutely hate. Hate. That is difficult. Should we just say Boom Knuckles and call it a day?
You're not wrong, considering he made him a complete
You're not
idiot
wrong
in Sonic
there,
Boom. You're not wrong. Like, they completely changed Knuckles' like personality in Sonic Boom.
Yeah. There's an oof.
Alright, let's see.
Unless Knuckles' personality most likely was back in Sonic.exe where he was actually really serious.
Exactly. They need to bring that back. They need to bring that back. Anyway, here's one from RoboJ to Sega Scourge. Since you got in touch with Tavaria a long time, have you seen her content? Don't know about that word, but Hirothi's father is the Angel of Death.
I have seen
Yeah,
Tavares.
that's kind of confirmed.
Yeah. I have frequented Tavares' channel. I've jumped in on live streams when they're happening and when I can. It's always a pleasure. And yeah, I'm a fan. I can say that I'm a fan.
All right.
Sub to Tavares.
I feel honored now.
Subscribe.
Yeah, I was really excited to be able to actually interview you, man. Anyway, here's one from Lord Galvatron to Sega Scourge. What is your opinion on the other Scourge from Transformers, and what would happen if he and the Hedgehog meet?
Sorry, what was that question again? Sorry.
He was asking what if the other Scourge from Transformers. I guess there was a Transformer named Scourge. Met. What would happen if he met Scourge the Hedgehog?
See, I think that would entirely depend on if this Transformers Scourge. I'm not entirely familiar with the character.
Same. Not familiar with him either.
If they're evil, then they're gonna get on just fine with Scourge, so it's great. Yeah, I guess that's my 2 cents on that. I mean, there's other characters I'd like to see crossover with Transformers. Imagine Emerald in Transformers. He'd just, like, copy all the Transformers' abilities. Imagine General in Transformers. He'd fuse with them all. Imagine how cool that would be.
Oh, that would be pretty cool.
Also,
I actually voiced him on my
Blazing-
channel, actually.
Also, from Blazing Andy to Sega Scourge, what are you hoping to see most in the Sonic movie 2?
I'm hoping to see... And this is doubtful, to be honest, because it's all budget. CG costs money. I would like to see more of Sonic's world, because it was the few glimpses we had in the first film of like South Island and stuff, unnamed, but we know it's South Island. It was really cool. I'd love to, with Knuckles being involved. It would be great if we could see Angel Island. You know, that would be nice. Perhaps some mention of the Chaos Emeralds. Maybe they'll appear. Who knows? That's kind of my wish list kind of thing, because I already know, I think we all know it's probably going to be just as good, if not better, than the first film. And they're already throwing in like a bunch of really cool fan servicey references, like with GUN being present. So yeah, I'd just like to see more of Sonic's world and stuff if possible. Because Earth is boring.
Yes. Earth is very boring.
Yes.
Another question from Emily the Sonic Tuber, Sega Scourge. If you were to voice a Sonic character, who would you like to voice?
Well, I guess I'd just fall back to like stuff that I do in the what ifs. I get told that I do a really good Emerald, which is just like a hyperactive, you know, high-pitched voice. A lot of effects go on the voice anyway, so it doesn't really count. But I like voicing Gamma. I imagine, you know, oh yeah, there's an SA1 remake. I get to voice Gamma. Wow, that'd be great. I get to do all the "this is the wrong room" and stuff. That'd be great. I'd love that. So.
Okay, here's a good question from the deer to Sega Scourge. What's your favorite thing about Scourge or yourself?
About Scourge the character or myself?
Yeah.
Favorite thing about Scourge the character is, I think I love how they managed to differentiate Scourge from like base Sonic when they started calling him Scourge. I love how they handled his super form with the purples and stuff. I thought it was really unique.
Right, plus the scar
How they handled
on its chest.
Right. The Scourge solo arc where they did the lockdown arc and things was fantastic. Yeah, I think it's just sort of how they've represented Scourge and how they pushed him as being like a separate entity to Sonic. I really like that, because it wasn't just run-of-the-mill like, I'm your evil doppelganger, lol. It's like, no, he's an entirely new character now, and that was cool. I like how they did that. Favorite thing about myself? I don't know. I don't really have a favorite thing about myself. That's probably for someone else to decide. I like my my over-attentiveness to things. There you go. When I do something, I have to do it just right. So if I'm doing a story, it has to be perfect. All the stars have to align. I guess that's my answer.
Nice. Alright, here's a question from Vetera. To Sega Scourge, what's your opinion about Sonic.exe and what's your favorite character in Sonic.exe?
Well, Sonic.exe, I've always stood by as I think it's the best, like, Sonic, dare I say, cartoon that we've had so far until Prime. It's, you know, I think it did a good job of adapting. It was very cool, in fact, to see them adapt, like, the Sonic Adventure 1 and 2 stories. They shoehorned Chris in a bunch. That kind of made it, like, it was difficult to stomach, but, like, it was pretty good overall. And they butchered Emerald. I don't even want to talk about how they handled that story. That was terrible. Favorite character, though, in X? I'd probably have to say... I want to say Cosmo, but I'm going to say Dark Oak, because Dark Oak's really badass. So...
It's sad that she died. It's so sad that Cosmo died.
The whole Meta-X arc thing I think was masterful, because it's like, yeah, we've been doing adaptations this whole time. Let's just do something that we came up with. It's totally original, and they handled it well. So, yeah, that's my opinions on Sonic.exe. Sonic.exe is cool.
I've actually seen someone make an animation where... Yeah, good.
Oh, I was going to read a question from Blazing Andy to Sega Scourge. In your honest opinion, what's your favorite version of Sonic? Examples being classic, modern, boom, and movie.
I mean, for me, my favorite version is just modern Sonic. I know that's basic to say. I love classic Sonic, obviously. A lot more quirky, a lot more cute. But I just like modern Sonic for the storytelling potential and his quippiness and the fact that he has a voice. I feel like that's important. Yeah, I like modern Sonic. That's my personal fave. I mean, you know, credit where credit is due. Movie Sonic's pretty great. I still think it steers a little bit heavily away from like game Sonic, because movie Sonic has like trepidations, and he has like anxiety and stuff about the way, like, how he's going to do things. He's like the hero in training. It's like the coming of age story almost. It's cool, it's compelling, but it's not like fully accurate, I guess, to game Sonic. Boom Sonic is more accurate, and like there is genuinely some good jokes in Boom, the TV show, but I still prefer modern overall.
Oh, crap.
Oh, dude.
Holy,
It was my dog.
Sorry.
Be right back.
Uh-oh.
I see a question from Omega's 817 to Sega Scourge. What would happen if, I guess he's asking if me and Tavaria were in one of your What If Theory videos, which character would they like to feel like, or voicing whatever character you feel like?
Well, in terms of voicing, Tibaria was Xena, as I mentioned earlier. So, you know, for anyone interested, I did a What If series of what if Espio was trained by Master Zik, and he lives on the Lost Hex with the Zeti, and yeah, Tibaria graciously joined in to do the voice of Xena in some really important scenes, and will hopefully, undoubtedly, be coming back to voice Xena again.
I hope so.
Yeah, in terms of Chris, I don't know. Like, if you had the choice.
Yeah, like, if you're still doing the Emerald, Survived thing, like, I do voice Emerald on my channel. It'd be kind of cool to actually voice Emerald for you.
Fair.
I'm back.
Hi.
Welcome back.
Cool. There you go. That's the question.
There you go. Alright, let's see. To take a Scourge, what is your favorite Smash Bros. Ultimate character? Do you have a main?
My main is Ridley.
Nice.
I love Ridley. And I always switch to the green palette of Ridley before I play.
Anyways, here's a question from the Cookie Jar. How long does it take to write a Sonic What If series? Oh yeah, I can't talk today.
That's fine. Yeah, I guess in terms of like writing the series, it's never like fully wrote out in one go. Usually I have like ideas of where it's going to go from part one. Like even with the Emerald story, as was mentioned, I already knew where I wanted to take that by the time it got to like 06 and stuff. And, for anyone who's caught up with that, you'll know it's diving into a completely different game now. All of that was planned early on at the outset. But in terms of writing, it is kind of an arduous process because, like I said before, I'm a little bit overly obsessive, I guess, with what I do. So when it comes to writing, I'm redrafting every 5 seconds to get it just right and get everything sounding perfect. So it takes a while, but I have help. There's on the art side, I have all of this generous help from all these different artists, and I don't want to pressure them or rush them. So that adds to the time a little bit because it's when they're able to. You know what I mean? I'm writing, they're doing that stuff, and it all comes together in the end to form what you see. So yeah, it takes a little bit.
All right. Let's see. Ooh, from Supreme Slasher to Sega Scourge, have you ever played any other Sonic games besides Sonic Adventure 1, the original?
I've played pretty much. I'm gonna say every Sonic game bar a few. I haven't played. I never completed Tails Adventure. I haven't played. I haven't completed Free Riders. Well, this is already dumb because it's haven't completed. That's the real answer. Yeah, I've played them all, but I haven't completed some of them. So I never
I still got to play
completed Shuffle.
Tails Adventure. I never played that one.
It's a fun game, honestly. It's like Metroidvania-esque. It's pretty cool.
Alright.
Yeah. So that's my answer. I played pretty much everyone under the sun, but chances are there's a whole bunch I haven't actually completed. So.
Oh, I know the feeling.
Another question from Blaze and Andy to the Sega Scourge. If you had the chance to make an official Sonic game from Sega, what type of game would it be?
Really glad somebody asked this because I was talking about something similar to this not too long ago. This is kind of a weird one. One of a Sonic game that I wish could be made, or I wish I could will into existence, is for anyone who is familiar with the Mario 3D World format of having multiplayer on one screen in an isometric perspective. I would genuinely love to see anyone remember Sonic 3D Blast? Imagine if they did new Sonic 3D Blast and it's 3D, but it has the classic Sonic cast, isometric perspective. You can play as Sonic, Tails, Knuckles, and Amy, and you just go throughout different levels in a multiplayer, frantic kind of game. I think that would be awesome. I'd love to see something like that.
Hey, there you go.
Alright.
Yeah.
Hey, Sega, take him.
Yes, take notes, Sega. You better do it.
Take notes.
Anyway. Oh,
Alright.
Vatera asks to Sega Scourge, what's your opinion about Sora from Kingdom Hearts?
Considering that he is in Smash.
Right, yeah. My opinion with Sora is I'm very happy for the people who are Kingdom Hearts fans to see Sora in Smash. I think it's great. I wasn't miffed or annoyed or anything about it. I thought it made perfect sense to put Sora in. I still wish they would have put Gino in instead, but that's another story. I think that Sora is a really cool and interesting character. I love the Keyblade design. I've never played Kingdom Hearts though myself, so that's as far as my answer can really go. I want to get to those eventually. I know there's quite a backlog.
Prepare for a long series.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
There's a backlog, and every single one of them is canon apparently. So great.
Yep. So prepare for heart tugs and pretty much anything else. It's gonna be a long one for you.
Oh, be right back, guys.
All right.
Okay. Ooh, question from Cookie Jar to the Sega Scourge. Favorite outfits from the Sonic characters like Pirate or Goth, Amy, etc.
Favorite outfits. I feel like Pumpkin Omega has to go in there somewhere because that's awesome. Reaper Metal Sonic's a great outfit. In terms of outfits in general, I don't really, I guess I don't have a favorite, but on the topic of that, it just brings up another really good point about the games, for instance. I would love to see alternate outfits in Sonic games. It's a great incentive for collecting everything. It's good for unlockables. I would love to see a Sonic game where the more doohickeys or red rings you collect, you unlock different outfits. I know they've kind of done something similar with Colors Ultimate, but it's just shoes and gloves and things. I want to see like full cosmetic changes and alternate colors and things. That's what I want to see.
I would also love different hairdos, like probably like a hairdo that would like represent like, I don't know, the adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog, Will style.
Yeah, right. Could you imagine like you get an alternate costume for Amy, but it's like the hairdo she has from Sonic the comic or something? That'd be great. Yeah.
Right.
I know we had Pirate Sonic and Shadow, by the way, but why wasn't there a Pirate Espio? Because that could have been a really funny joke. Ninjas versus pirates.
We've only seen like pictures of them, but not like an actual thing like on the Sonic Runners.
Yeah.
They gotta make more of that. Good. Like if somebody were to make models of some of the others, that would be pretty good.
That would be good. Thank you for asking.
Favorite Sonic meme.
Favorite Sonic meme. Sonic meme. I appreciate how much they throw in Big now. I feel like part of like Big's memeage has like helped appreciate his character more. So like if they were to put Big in a game now, it would just be well received automatically because memes. In terms of like, I guess a meme in general, Pissing on the Moon was pretty great. It had its time though. It's had its time. I think some of them some of the greats will always be the like shadow high ground kind of memes, like Faker, I think you're the fake headshot. Those are always enjoyable to me. So yeah,
I've seen some funny animations regarding that meme. There are some that are questionable when they change out some of the parts to it, but it's still funny.
Oh, and the you mean the Chaos Emeralds meme? Those whenever they do something like they have Obama and he's like, you mean the Chaos Emeralds? I love that. I've always loved that.
They got so many crazy ones. It's funny.
Funny thing, we were talking about Sonic.exe earlier. I remember we're going to be doing a project of like Sonic.exe Bridge.
Oh.
Yep.
Yes.
Wow. If you get to Emerald, then you can actually give him a voice. It's something that they didn't even do.
Let's see. Alright, from Blazing Andy to Sega Scourge, what other characters should they make playable instead of Sonic? Which is literally facts, because we gotta be able to have other characters playable.
That's true, that's true. In terms of other playable characters, obviously I'd like to just see anyone playable besides just Sonic. I think that's a good starting point. I think, me personally, I'd love to see, like, and this is biased and it's just a personal thing, but it would imagine, like, Espio gameplay where it's stealth based and like you do stealth takedowns and you use camouflage to avoid searchlights and stuff. I think that'd be really interesting and cool. Like every one of the Sonic characters has defining traits that alone could carry even like mini sections of a game, like how they did it in 06, or even like specific bonus levels where you just play as those characters. I'd just like to see it done for some of the ones you wouldn't think of. Like everybody would jump to like Silver or something, but me, I'd like to see like characters that are slept on, I'd like to see an Omega mode where it's a shooter on rails. I'd like to see an Espio mode where it's like, stealth. That'd be really cool.
Personally, I think they should make a Chaotix game.
Exactly, right? Imagine just a full-on Chaotix game, part detective murder mystery, part action platformer.
And I am back.
Welcome back.
Ooh, yeah, we got a question from...
Oh, you
yeah, go ahead.
No.
Okay, yeah, I was gonna read the question from Cookie Jar here. What Sonic characters, in your opinion, deserve more attention?
Oh, I mean, I think we sort of covered that a little bit before. I think that Tails needs to have his rep restored in future games. I think that's very important for the character. I think characters that haven't made appearances yet need to show up, like Gemerald, because they are still arguably part of the canon. And Silver, like I mentioned earlier, I feel like there's a lot of potential with Silver and his origins and his future, which we've never really seen explored in the games. It's always just been like, the future's blown up, lol, and that's the game. It's like, I want to see like Silver's actual future. I want to see like, imagine going into the future and seeing like a level based in the future with all the cities and flying cars and stuff. I think that'd be cool. Any one of the characters could do a development. I would like to see some of the IDW comics characters make it into the games. Wishful thinking, I know, but that would be cool to see like Tangle or Whisper show up. But yeah, I guess that's my 2 cents on that.
Alright.
Oh, Ashley Brown asked, to Sega Scourge, imagine if there was a voice actor voice for a pirate Espio for the laughs. Oh boy.
No. What would he sound like?
Vector's just like looks at everyone. He's like, he's going through a phase. Don't worry about it. Just ignore it.
Oh, good.
Let's see. Imagine SBO going through a phase.
Yes.
Let's see, let's get these questions going, guys. Let's see. I see one from Sega Scourge. No wait. Okay, that's a weird question. Savannah asks, how did you turn into a human form?
He was born that way.
Yeah.
You see, when a mommy loves a daddy.
Oh my god, no.
No. Here, it began at the beginning of time, when there was nothing. Before time began, there was.
Oh my god.
Sorry. We know not where it comes from.
No, wait. God realized this.
Hello, Ultimate King Scourge. Hey. Hmm? Indeed. No. Alright, so here's a question from Sega Scourge. Do you remember the Minecraft Sonic pack for the 30th anniversary? Alright. Yeah. Agreed. No, I've missed out on doing the Hive thing, so I never got to try out the Minecraft Hive. Go ahead. Ooh. Nani? Alright, sorry, the friend of ours. Anyways, okay, oh, god, no. Someone brought up, what do you think of the, I guess the old design of the movie Sonic? What did you think of that? That thing... Hmm? Wait, what? It's capturing your audio. Hang on.
Okay, bit of maintenance occurring.
Oh, that thing.
Alright. Okay, there we go. Now they can hear you.
Okay.
Hello. Hi again, everyone.
We
Weird.
apologize about the technical difficulties, ladies and gentlemen. Let's proceed.
You said that really fast.
I see you in chat. And you are moderating this on my streams.
Okay, good. Mics are back up. Vibes are back up. All is well.
We're okay now, I think. Yeah.
I think we are good.
I find it
Yeah,
crazy.
no After Effects.
It's already been like an hour into the streams somehow, and yet it's been like so chilled that it didn't feel like it was an hour.
I know, right? Alright,
It just
so
feels
let's
like
see.
it's like a few minutes.
Exactly.
Yeah, it just only felt
Yeah.
like 20 minutes. I'm like, wait, what the hell?
Alright, let's see. Earlier, remember, it has to be a question to Sega Scourge, not to everyone here. Or to my co-host. Let's see. Could start a question. Darn it. Okay, yeah, I found
hey,
one
I
from
found-
Sega Doom. To Sega Scourge. What are your opinions on Doomsday from DC Universe?
I think Doomsday's a pretty cool character. I mentioned it earlier a little bit. I'm not like 100% familiar with like some of the comic stuff for Doomsday. I've watched the films. I've seen some of his backstory in the comics. I think I just really like big end world type characters, and like it's in the name Doomsday, you know. And there's like characters in Marvel like Apocalypse and things. I love characters like that. Arguably, I wish Sonic had some characters like that, but it's had a few. It's had Dark Gaia. It's had Stellaris, you know. I love characters like that, so that's my opinion.
Alright, I got a question from Irving Marsicle to Sega Scourge. Would you like to see Sonic fight Terminators? As in, I'll be back.
And plural, a whole bunch of them. I would be very interested to see that, and it's funny you should say that because in one of my What If series, particularly What If Sonic Lost His Memory, we do delve into something spookily similar to the idea of a Sonic Terminator. So, yeah.
You talking about the Sonic androids?
The Sonic androids, yeah. Exactly.
Nice. That was still crazy. I still enjoy that. And What If, like seeing a different
Again,
side of
it's-
Sonic completely different.
Yeah, it's an example, like I said earlier, of how I thought the What If was going to be very basic from the outset, but then when like things like the Sonic androids got introduced and some of the story stuff set up for them, it spiraled into something totally different, and I love that about it. So, yeah.
Nice.
Got an interesting question from Blazing Andy to Sega Scourge. Do you believe romance should exist in the Sonic series?
I guess I'm in the boat of I don't really feel like it needs to be there if it doesn't add anything to the plot. A lot of character relationships in Sonic kind of take a back seat in terms of story. The only example otherwise was Elise, and we know how that turned out. So I'd say, like, probably I'd say just leave it. If you're gonna like advance character relationships, I have no problem with it personally. I just think it could be flavor text. It could be something that happens in the background of the main story. I don't really see a situation where like a love interest or a character relationship would somehow affect the plot massively. But yeah, if it was there, I wouldn't mind.
Oh, Mohammed asks to Sega Scourge, what do you think about Undertale?
I love Undertale. I just replayed Undertale again recently, and because I also just finished Chapter 2 of Deltarune. It
Alright.
was great. Great games.
Alright, let's see. Ooh, this is a good question to Sega Scourge. What's your opinion about the Android Shadow?
Android Shadow. Yeah, I always liked well, are we talking like shadow androids, or are we talking like shadow being an android?
Let's go with both. Let's go with both.
Shadow androids I always thought were really cool, hence why I kind of adapted my own version in the What Ifs with the Sonic androids. I felt like it kind of didn't go anywhere in the games, the whole shadow androids thing, so I wanted to do more with it. The concept is really cool. Not to mention those 2-player shadow androids that could talk. That was weird. But in terms of like Shadow being an android, I thought that was like a wacky plot line in the game Shadow the Hedgehog, and the android ending is still one of the most like crazy whack endings where like Shadow like actually assassinates Eggman in the end. It's crazy. It's like what? But him like being an android full on, like we know now that that's not the case. Like they even had that little line in Shadow the Hedgehog that you hear during the final boss. If you let the timer run on long enough, you'll hear Eggman saying like, you know, you are the real Shadow. I saved you from the fall and put you in stasis and stuff. And it's like, well, there you go. He's the real Shadow. So, yeah. But androids though, pretty darn cool.
Alright. Okay. Ooh.
A question from Brady the Hedgehog to Sega Scourge. What is your opinion on the Sonic Boom TV show?
I think the TV show is like perfectly palatable. It's the games where they falter a little bit. But the TV show, I've watched like a good chunk of season 1 and 2 of Sonic Boom, and it's funny. You know, there are genuinely moments where I laughed out loud. Like there was an episode, I couldn't for the life of you tell like what the name of the episode was or the character that was in it, but there was this large robot. I think they called it Brobot or something. And it was following them around in the episodes, and it would like have these big like cute ooh eyes when it wanted something, or like was like, can I come with you? And that made me laugh. So Boom is like, yeah, it's palatable. I wouldn't say it's like what I'm looking for in a Sonic show. Hopefully Prime will be that, but it's still fun.
Alright.
I mean, Prime is arguably just going to be like What Ifs, basically. Alternate universes.
Yes.
Yep.
Can't really say what exactly we'll find. We can't say what exactly what to expect from it. We'll just have to wait till next year to find out.
Yeah.
Yes.
Alright.
I personally love Sonic shoes and that.
Yeah, right.
Oh, yeah.
I'm loving all the alternate character designs. I'm honestly I wouldn't be surprised if they pull like a not Scourge type character where like Sonic goes into an alternate universe and sees an evil him. I wouldn't be surprised if they did that.
Yeah, I like the design they made for Tails in that one. Like where he looks more like unique in his own way.
What, the one where he has the jacket and it looks like he has 9 tails?
Yeah.
Yeah, I have no idea what to make of that, but I'm like, is it actually 9 tails, or is it just like how the tails are bunched together? It looks like 9, but I'm like, man, it really looks like he has 9 tails. What the heck?
Anyway, let's see.
Makes me question, can he spin his tails that fast to go faster?
Exactly.
Probably.
Spins his
He'd
9
probably
tails,
go without feeling tired, too.
creates a cyclone with his tails.
Ooh.
Don't mess with Tails now, bitch. I mean, what?
Ooh, okay, here's an interesting question. From Blazing Andy to Sega Scourge. Do you believe Sonic should express and show his weakness and emotions?
I think it's fine. I don't get like where the mandate came from, if it even is real, where like Sonic isn't allowed to show a certain amount of like sadness or something like that. It's the most bizarre thing, because we've seen Sonic express various things in past games, like exasperation and even hopelessness to some regard.
I think it originated from. I think that the idea originated from Sonic the comic, considering that he had to control the Fleetway inside of him.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I don't know if they need to take it into like any sort of like crazy realms or anything. We've seen Sonic angry before. Werehog was, angry to a degree, but he still had like his sense about him. But we've seen like a great example to me is Sonic Battle on the Game Boy Advance. The writing in that game is great, and towards the end, when Emerald is about to die, Sonic's like the only one there, and he's talking to Emerald, like saying like, "We're gonna go home. You know, all your friends are waiting for you." But like Sonic, the way Sonic's speaking, he's basically just denying the obvious. Like he's in denial. He knows Emerald isn't going to come out of this in one piece, but he's still to himself saying, "Look, we're going to go home. Everything's okay." And it's a really heartbreaking scene. I'd love to see stuff like that. I don't think they need to totally bust the character and have him act in ways that we don't expect. I just think they need to take what's already there and create like compelling, heart-wrenching scenes. So,
Right. Alright, let's see. Okay. Ooh, here's a good question from the cookie jar to Sega Scourge. How would you rewrite Sonic.exe?
Rewrite Sonic.exe. Well, from the start, I'd probably just do what they did with the Meta-X arc and make that the whole show to begin with. I don't think they really needed to do any like adaptations of stuff. I think it's just retreading old ground. They should have just gone all in with something original from the start. You know, with how good the Meta-X arc was, if we'd have had like 4 seasons of that, it would have been pretty cool. So that'd be my first order of business.
Alright.
Doc, you posted something just demonic in the chat that we're in on Discord.
Oh yeah, that's the thing I was talking about earlier when we were mentioning the movie design before, comparing that creation and that you see that atrocity.
No one can see this right now, but like.
Oh, I can show it to them. I can show it to them right now. What the good?
Yeah, we call that monster atrocity. That's the name.
Wow. Look at it.
Hang on one second. Let's save this right now. Anyway, while I'm getting this prepared, from Muhammad to Sega Scourge, what do you think about Sonic Rush?
Sonic Rush. I think Rush is a really cool game. I think that it does like bottomless pits a little bit too much, but that's just the Dimps design. But it's awesome. I think it's like the true advancement of the advanced games, and I honestly wish that there was another like a Rush game, even if it was a side scroller, but like full 3D on the Switch with Switch graphics, but it was just like Rush 3. That'd be incredible. So
So guys, here to look at the atrocity Sonic.exe.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, the thing is, the design I gave the person who made that 3D model, they added some advancements, and I was like, that fits perfect for Halloween.
That's kind of the point, Silkadoom. That's kind of the point. That's EXE true form. Gotta give him that scary look.
Yes.
Anyway,
I've had people even say that it reminds them of the movie Gremlins as well.
Oh, Gremlins.
Lol. Anyways. Alright, let's see.
Beat him after midnight.
To Sega Scourge, what do you think of the Zombot virus from the IDW comics?
The Zombot virus was like one of the coolest modern Sonic stories I've seen in quite a long time. I don't get where people are coming from when they say it was like played out too much. Some people say it went on for too long. I thought it went on for just the right amount of time.
Exactly.
People say it should have been a game. I don't think it could have worked or ever could possibly work as a game. It was way too dark. But like, you know, like we said about seeing characters put in situations where they express things that you wouldn't normally see them do. That whole thing of like, you know, zombie virus, world is ending. Seeing them all in like that kind of hopelessness, it was like really, like man, like I was invested.
It was sad seeing
it was a very cool...
like Cream in that kind of situation. First she lost her child, then now her mom. Just like that.
Right. And I loved how down to the wire the story was. Like it was just the last survivors on the planet on Angel Island, and the Zombots are coming, and Zavok's coming. And it's like, it's down to the wire. Like, it's the last moment that they could save the world kind of thing. I loved that.
Right.
Yeah.
Let's see.
I still love that the Babylon Rogues came into that part of the story.
Yeah, it was great. It was cool. They
Agreed.
managed to fit everything in a really good and cohesive way. And seeing everyone slowly getting turned, like the last few people getting turned into zombots at the end, was like, oh man, it's like, oh Jesus, like it's really getting haywire now.
Getting into the end game.
Yeah.
Let's see. Okay, from Ivering to Sega Scourge, which Sonic game would you like to see remade from the ground up?
Can I just be boring and say Sonic Adventure?
To be honest, I would like to
Be down
see
to
a
listen to
remake of
that.
that. I kind of want to see that.
Right?
Me too.
SA1 remake. I think everybody and their mother wants to see an SA1 remake at this point, and I wouldn't be surprised if in like a few years' time they'd actually do it, because Izuka's expressed interest in the idea. I would not be surprised if it is a thing one day. For
Right.
better
Just
or
my
for
only
worse.
thing I have to say: fix the the cat missions.
Yes.
I genuinely
Yes.
think like some people have said, "Oh yeah, Big should just get removed entirely." I'm not for that. Like with how much of a meme he is now, put him in. It'd be great playing as him again. But
Well,
like,
we're not
yeah,
saying to
you know-
remove them, just like fix up the whole dang thing.
Oh yeah, right. Like lots of quality of life improvements. Yeah, like for one thing, make him faster and more mobile because it was awful controlling him in SA1.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Alright, let's see. Ooh, what do you think of the Archie comics? What's from Muhammad?
I think the Archie comic pretty cool. I literally I have a drawer over there that's probably filled with piles and piles of Archie comics and annuals and all sorts of things. Yeah, I used to regularly collect them back in the day, read them as they came out. They were great. Scourge the Hedgehog, as I said earlier, was one of my favorites in the comic before the whole, it was like pre-boot.
Right. The Genesis wave.
Yeah, Genesis Wave, all that stuff. I liked it all in its own way, but the one thing that always annoyed me about the Archie comics, that held me back from liking them fully, was that when I read them, I was constantly reminded that all of what I'm reading had no bearing on the game canon whatsoever, because it was just its own thing, and that always really annoyed me for some reason. I was reading the comics and I wanted it to be important to the game canon in some way, or be tied to it in some way, but it never was. And that's why I like IDW so much now, because it's, you know, it's debatable whether it's canon or not. Could be, but it's, you know, unarguably tied to the game canon and the game lore. So, yeah.
Alright. Let's see. Any other questions, guys?
Oh, we got a question from Mohammed here. To Sega Scourge, how would you rewrite Sonic.exe?
Jeez, that's a ordeal.
There would be a lot you would need to rewrite on that game.
Yeah, I genuinely, I wouldn't even know where to start on something like that. I think, like I said earlier on, a lot of 06's like groundwork and some of the story ideas they had were all fine. It's just some of that execution, the gameplay, all the Elise crap that was like chucked in haphazardly. You'd have to get rid of all of the Elise stuff, I think, and like give her like just a better role overall, instead of just like, you know, damsel in distress and stuff. But like the concepts were solid. You could keep Mephiles. All the levels were pretty cool. I don't know how you'd go about rewriting it to like. I don't even know if it. You know, like I said, it doesn't need too many rewrites. It's just like a few little whoopsies they made in the story. But that ain't a question for me. That's probably a question for Garulius64.
Alright, let's see. From Lovey Britera, what do you think of the Sonic Project 06 revamp? No, well, demo.
I think it's really, really cool. I was kind of blown away by how much they changed in for like a fan remake or remastering. It's like looking at Silver's movements and how they've redone him. It kind of blew me away, and I'd love to see a full, complete version of the game with cutscenes, with everything. It is really just such cool work. I don't know how they did it, but I'm just hoping it reaches completion. There's a lot of these, you know what I mean? There's a lot of these 3D Sonic fan projects that just don't see fruition. I'm really hoping this is the exception. Yeah.
Alright. Cookie Jar asks, to you, favorite form of Sonic, including fan-made ones?
Favorite form of Sonic? I've always had a soft spot for Dark Spine Sonic. It's just really cool and random and out of nowhere, and it kind of bridges the gap between Super Sonic from the games and Dark Sonic from Sonic.exe. And it's just something about it that I thought was really cool.
I like how you
I've always liked
incorporated
the
that in the Werehog one.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's what I mean. Like all the little things that I enjoy kind of like trickle their way into the what ifs in some form or fashion. Like I said, I've always really enjoyed the Werehog form, but I guess just biasly speaking, Dark Spine's just cool as hell.
Are you going to continue the What If Sonic Never Lost the Werehog form?
Am I going to continue it?
Yeah.
Nah, it's dead. No, I'm joking. Of course, no, I'm gonna continue that story.
Yeah, I want to see how else it'll go, considering how the outcome ended in the last episode of that one.
Yeah, I'm gearing up for some stuff because obviously, like next in line with the story, it'll be Lost World. So there's going to be Zeti involved. There's going to be Zavok involved. Been a lot of theories.
Maybe you need any VAs for that one. I could easily do the door one. That one. I could do door.
Yeah. There's stuff in the works. I know what's going to roughly happen in that next installment, and I'm just excited to get there. After this next What If I put out, I get to go back to Werehog, so that'll be fun.
Hey, nice.
Hey, Chris, did you get my DM?
1 sec. Let me check that out.
Okay, so it looks like we got a question from Blazing Yeti 18 to the Sega Scourge. To the Sega Scourge, what do you think of the fan series Super Mario Bros. Z?
I remember watching a whole ton of Super Mario Bros. Z, like the original, before the remade stuff now. It's great, the animation's great and stuff. I always thought it was crazy how they made such a big deal out of like Mecha Sonic in that story. Like he's like the ultimate adversary and things, and everything's like Dragon Ball fighting and stuff. It's really great. It's crazy. It's almost ridiculous in its execution, but it's so perfect because of it. So yeah, and it's famous. I think it's one of those fan-made Sonic works that's gonna kind of always be immortalized in the community, kind of like Nazo Unleashed. So. Yeah.
Also, there's something like me and Dark is working on something like for a VR chat model. And this is actually the inspiration from the What If Sonic Never Lost the Werehog form, including the Dark Spine one. If we could try to get all the parts we need, we might actually we're going to be trying to make the Dark Spine Werehog.
That'd be awesome. I'd love to see that.
Yeah, I'll definitely show you when it's done.
Please.
Oh, we will. Alright. Let's see. What other questions do we have? Okay, here's one from Muhammad. He asked the Sega Scourge, remember when you said Sonic and Knuckles not canon? I still remember that moment. It never fails to entertain me.
Sorry, could you repeat that question for me?
I guess he was saying, like, do you remember, I guess there was a time when you said, nah, Sonic and Knuckles not canon?
Oh, yeah, it was something that, it's a now deleted video. I wasn't saying that Sonic and Knuckles wasn't canon. I was suggesting the possibility that the and Knuckles story, where you play as Knuckles and fight Super Mecha Sonic, wasn't canon. Okay. Due to some, like, stuff from developers that's been said in recent years and things. I've actually arguably gone back on that. Like, I change my opinions, or my opinions are ever shifting, and people always give me, like, I don't know, viewpoints that I hadn't considered before. So that video's gone now because I got some, like, flack for it. I won't go into all that because it was pretty messy.
Yeah, but don't worry, we won't ask.
In terms of, like, canonicity, I say Sonic and Knuckles canon, Super Mecha Sonic, all that's probably still canon. Yeah, I mean, and hey, like, Hypersonic may have not made a canonical appearance in the games, but it could still happen. It could still exist in the universe. It could be canon,
Right. Alright. Let's see. Yeah, Cookie Jar asks thoughts on Nazo?
Oh, well, I'm a big fan of the old Nazo Unleashed animations. Some members of my Discord server not too long ago. Yeah, right. Some members of my Discord server not too long ago were like streaming some of them. It's great to go back to. Again, it's one of those things in the community that I think will always be immortalized. Nazo's a really cool character. The voice, I believe it was Omadon, who does the voice for Nazo, is always really great to behold. And I'm hoping that Wrath of Nazo picks up again. I know that it's gone on a kind of hiatus. It would be really nice to see where that could go. And yeah, I'm just a fan of Chakra-X's works overall. I've actually been speaking to Chakra-X just recently to do with some stuff, but yeah, can't go into that really.
Yeah, don't worry.
Ooh, another question from Mohammed. Is Sega Scourge thoughts on Sonic.exe?
I think that it is a staple, like before with Nazo Unleashed in the community. It definitely made an impact. Me personally, I never much cared for the Sonic.exe story, if we want to call it that, I guess. I think that the original story was in my opinion bland, but to see what the community does with EXE in other forms is more compelling, arguably. Like you'll get better stories out of the idea of Sonic.exe from the community than you would from the original story. Even with the Sonic Villains fan film, spearheaded by MeToons, they're adapting their own Sonic.exe, who's like a computer virus. I think that's fantastic. So yeah. The story itself is just meh.
Yeah.
Hello, Josiah.
Wait, what?
No, I was saying hi to someone who was actually in the chat and saying hello to me.
Okay. To Sega Scourge, what do you think of Majin Sonic for the Sonic CD game?
Yes, the Fun is Infinite thing. I was seeing some stuff recently from Chao Mix, like defending the idea that Margin Sonic didn't have a mustache, and he turned out to be right. So that's a win for Chao Mix. Margin Sonic, pretty cool, really weird, very out of place. I don't know what the hell happened when they put that in the game. But it's kind of nice to see it resurface lately, even with the official Sonic Twitter putting out the Halloween image with it featured. I think that's pretty great.
Oh, Mohammed asks, to Sega Scourge, do you think the Hyperform should appear more in Sonic games?
I would love to see the Hyperform appear, honestly. It would be great if it was. I mentioned this a little bit before, but I said like how Sonic games I think should have more like unlockables, like costumes and things. But the idea of like some kind of super unlockable thing that's ultra secret and it's the Hyperform, that would be great. I'd love to see that again. I don't know how you would apply it in the games because it was just a slightly more powered up Super Sonic, but I'm sure they could do something with it, and it would be nice to see it in canon. So yeah.
Alright, let's see. To Sega Scourge. Oh, we already read that one. Let's see. To Scourge. You like. Yeah, someone asked, do you like Scourge?
Yes, I like Scourge.
Margin Trolls? Wait, what is that about?
I have no idea what Margin Trolls is.
Oh, I think they're talking about my series.
Oh yeah, that.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, fun fact, Dark actually does margin content on his channel.
Oh,
Yeah, where I voiced that variation of Sonic, and I just gave him like his own little story and personality.
That's great.
And he had a few cameo appearances on some of my streams.
Yep.
Nice.
Alright.
Oh, hold on, be right back.
Alright. Let's see. Tailsdollsdad asks Sega Scourge, what do you think of Supersonic Fleetway? I guess Fleetway Supersonic.
Yeah. I think it is a really fascinating adaptation of something that they didn't really fully understand at the time when they came up with it, because, you know, Supersonic was a new thing at the time in the games. The UK comic division had literally like no input from Sega when they were writing the comic, so they just kind of took it in their own direction, and I think that's really, really cool that they did that, and they created something, you know, super recognizable with Fleetway Supersonic, and yeah, it's just a cool idea overall of a. I mean, in terms of like Game Sonic, it wouldn't work because it's like, yeah, as we know, Game Sonic's meant to be like just nigh incorruptible, even as the Werehog. But for the STC Sonic, who has like a lot more layers and stuff, yeah, it's such a cool concept, Fleetway Supersonic.
All right. Let's see. Okay. Here's one from Muhammad asking to Scourge, Sega Scourge. Favorite Smash Bros. Game? Aside from the one that has Ridley in it.
Favorite Smash Bros. Game? I spent a lot of time on Melee back in the day, so I guess that'd be my second pick. I did play a lot of Brawl as well, but I was more with Melee before that. I mean, these are where like the friggin' like demands for characters like Ridley originated. It was from games like Melee and Brawl, when everyone's saying put in K. Rool, put in Ridley, you know, and then they ended up actually being in the game later on in Ultimate. It's awesome. So.
All right.
And still no Gino, and that makes me sad.
Yeah, they only have him at
Is
the
that a question
frickin-
from Lucas?
Go ahead.
Sorry, go ahead, hon.
I was gonna say they only have him at the Mii Fighter skin.
I know, it's pain, man. I can't take it.
Alright, we got a question from Lucas the Perfect Hedgehog to Sega Scourge. Have you ever heard of Sally Acorn, and what are your honest opinions about her, and did you ever feel attached to her character?
My opinions on Sally, because yeah, like I said before, I was a big Archie comics fan. I was always collecting and reading them. I thought I have no problems with Sally. I wasn't a massive Sally fan or anything. The whole Mecha Sally thing they ended up doing later on, I thought was interesting, to change up some of her character and turn her into a villain. Never got resolved, obviously, because, you know, reboot. Reboot Sally was a lot more like a little bit more centralized on like game canon and things. Overall, I like Sally as a character, but at least from my perspective, I didn't see them utilize her as much as I suppose they could have, and in terms of like solo stories and things, at least later on. I don't hate her or anything, but I personally never had that kind of attachment.
Alright. That sounds pretty cool. Let's see.
I'd love to see them like put in like a canon Sally in IDW or something, like a reimagining. That'd be great.
Nice. Oh, but here's a question from Cookie Jar. Oh god, not that game. Thoughts on the Sonic Dreams collection.
Yeah, I just saw that.
I haven't heard that brought up in a long time.
That monstrosity of a game. Why is that even a game?
Why? Just why?
Yeah, my thoughts on that were, I'm really glad I made it, and it went down really well, I think. Sadly, I had to take it down. It was a really good game that I made, and yeah, that's my thoughts on it.
Wait, what?
Yeah. I mean, what?
Huh?
Wait, hold on, wait, what? Are you joking or are you actually being serious?
I'm joking. I didn't make Sonic. I wish I made Sonic Dreams Collection.
I figured.
Yeah, bro. That's good. Like that.
I wish I made that.
Oh god.
Oh my god. Anyways, if Scourge had his own theme song, what would it be since everyone had has one?
Dang, I don't know. It would it would probably have to be like, you know how Sonic's typically like upbeat rock.
Yeah.
I imagine Scourges would be something like grunge metal or something. You know what I mean? Yeah, something
I would
along
love to
those
see that.
lines. Yeah.
Yes.
Let's see. Ooh. What do you think of the character Silkadoom?
Oh, that's another thing I haven't heard for quite a while. It was, if I'm not mistaken, Silkadoom was a character that originated on Newgrounds in a, what was it called? Was it
The
literally
Sonic
just
RPG?
called? It was just the Sonic RPG. I was getting it mixed up with Final Fantasy Sonic.exe for a minute, and then I realized that was a different character called Aeon, I think.
Yeah, that they
Yeah, Silkadoom. Yeah, no, I played them back in the day. It's obviously like going back and seeing it. It's like, oh my goodness, it's like it's so jank, but like it made such a lasting impression, I guess, in the community. It was just one of those things, sign of the time, where everybody remembered it, like with Nazo and things. Silkadoom is a character that I've seen so many like reimaginings of different artists and things, and I think it's yeah, I think Silkadoom's neat. I think the name is terrible. That's my opinion.
Hey, you're just saying your honest opinion about it.
Silkadoom, like it doesn't roll off the tongue at all. What the hell? Silkadoom.
You're just stating
I
your
can
honest
get it.
opinion. Let's see. Oh, this is an interesting question. I'm guessing Raider Shark is asking what made you decide to call yourself the Sega Scourge?
We kind of briefly went over this earlier, but it was genuinely just that Scourge the Hedgehog was a favorite character of mine from Marchie. I love green, so I felt attached to his character instantly. And way back when I was like, even like playing on Xbox Live, for instance, old gamertag always had something Scourge in it, so that name kind of stuck, carried over, and eventually just became the channel name. I just slapped Sega in front of it, and I went, the Sega Scourge, that sounds good, and rolled with it. So yeah.
It's a nice ring to it.
Okay, we got an interesting question from the cookie jar here. Sega Scourge, what would you do if you had a Chao version of yourself?
Wow. If I had a Chao version of myself, I would incentivize the Chao version of myself not to smoke.
I just imagine a little green Chao with a pair of sunglasses on and a coffee cup.
Yes.
Exactly. Yeah. It'd be great.
That's funny. Hello, Sam. Anyways, what's your opinion about Friday Night Funkin'?
I think Friday Night Funk. I've played a little bit of it myself, just a little pinch. I'm not like caught up with any of like the newer updates and things. I think it's pretty neat. I like the music. I like the character designs a lot, and I'm just blown away by the idea that like what is essentially a Dance Dance Revolution type thing, which has always been a thing for like literally decades, has suddenly blown up. Probably primarily to do with the characters and the songs, but it's pretty cool.
The mods are quite interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Oh
Hey,
yeah, the
Omar,
modding
welcome.
scene is wild. Yeah, that's one of the best parts about Friday Night Funkin' is all the mods.
I don't know if he would know that, but like someone asked, do you know who Sonic.exe?
I do know Sonic.exe.
Do you know
we
who
had
he is?
I don't. I believe he calls himself Jim when he's not working. Yeah. I do know him. Yeah, we go out for drinks now and again. See, one of the questions asking me if I've played Final Fantasy Sonic.exe. We were just talking about that. I must have played it back in the day. I can't for the life of me remember if I played all of them? Question mark? Because there were a few. But yeah, I definitely played it, and I've heard of it, and I know the character Aeon, and yeah, it was pretty cool. I actually think mechanically and like from like a design perspective, I think that Final Fantasy Sonic.exe was put together a little bit better than the Sonic RPG series was. I think it just seemed more polished in a certain way.
Alright. Got any questions? So continuing to Sega Scourge, what are your opinions on the OG Ben 10?
I love OG Ben. I used to watch the original specifically Ben 10. It was great. I even didn't mind Alien Force, and it kind of sucks. I'm not too big on the new interpretations, but then again, I haven't watched them, so I don't know. Like, they might be good. I just really liked OG Ben 10 and all of the. My favorite was Ghost Freak. That was my favorite.
Ghost Freak was really cool.
Yeah.
I don't like
I
the
even
design
liked
they
it that
made
they
it for
made him
him.
his own villain.
Yeah, when he separated from the Omnitrix, that was cool. And he reversed his skin, and you could see like the underside of him with like a skull head. It was really cool.
Mm-hmm.
I never really liked his design in Omniverse. That one looked pretty ugly.
I haven't even seen, but I'll take your word on it.
Yeah, but not.
Ooh, another question. The Sega Scourge, what do you think about the Resident Evil series?
I love Resident Evil. I was a big fan of Resi 3, PS1 specifically. I'm not too. I haven't played 8. I've seen 8 being played. I played 7. 7 was cool. It didn't really feel like it was connected to Resident Evil in any way, though. That was the one downside. It felt like Outlast more than Resident Evil. Not to detract from it, it just didn't have any connections to the pre-established lore, I guess, which is fine. But the remakes are cool. The Resi 2 remake was fantastic. I'm a little bit biased on the Resi 3 remake, because while it was great and, you know, visually impressive and everything, I'm a little bit pissed off about what they did to Nemesis. I thought their Nemesis kind of sucked, I'm going to be honest. That's a really hot take, I guess. I like PS1 Nemesis and his transformations. In the new version, he had Nemesis turn into like a reptile frog creature, and then at the end of the game, he turned into a
xenomorph.
Yeah, right. And then at the end of the game, he turned into like a wall of flesh with heads, and I thought, nah, I like the old Nemesis a lot more. So, yeah, that's my opinion. That's my opinion. I keep saying that's my opinion at the end of everything. So I put a full stop on it.
You believe they should bring back the Chao Gardens?
Please. I wouldn't. Hell, I'll take a Chao Garden app. I don't care. Like, give me something. Like, I don't know why they haven't brought that back, and it could squeeze into any game. Like, it wouldn't be that difficult. I mean, I know we were saying earlier, like, hey, wouldn't it be cool if there was an SA1 remake? But like, we'd also see Chao Garden again. Yay! Yeah, I'd love to see Chao Garden return, or just Chao in general. There's been a lot of Wisp focus lately. I think we need some Chao next.
We need more Chao.
Yeah.
Like, I love the Wisp, but give us back the OG.
Yeah, I'm down with the Wisps, but yeah, it's. I mean, I still kind of maintain the unpopular. This is a really, again, like probably a hot take.
They definitely need to bring back the Chao.
I think I called the Wisps. I did call the Wisps Chao, but with more like application, because like Chao were a side mode that had no bearing on the main game, but the Wisps are in the main game and are used as like an item or a mechanic, and I think that's cool. But that doesn't detract from how cool the Chao are as well. I want to see them come back in their own way. I want to feed some Chao. I want to give them steroids and put them in Chao races.
And force them to fight.
Yeah.
Yes.
The Sega Scourge. What's you? Oh, you go ahead.
Sorry, I was gonna say, Muhammad asked the Sega Scourge, what's your favorite food?
Favorite food? I think I'm in love with anything pasta related or noodle related. I'd say that, like something pasta, something noodle, something spaghetti. Anything along those lines, I'm good with. But then again, I like almost all foods, bar like I like every meat except liver. I like every vegetable except I'm a little bit with cucumbers. But give me food, I'll eat it. I'll pretty much eat anything. So, but yeah.
Okay, I see a wild chilled in the chat. Let's see. Muhammad asked, speaking of Wisps, have you ever played Sonic Colors Ultimate?
I haven't played Sonic Colors Ultimate yet. I guess I've just been waiting to be in like its most stable version. I don't know if it is. You guys will have to let me know because I haven't been keeping up to tabs with it.
I haven't played it yet.
Yeah,
Currently, I know they're going to be coming up with an update sometime around soon.
I'm literally
Also,
looking at the original colors on my shelf right now. I know that game back to front. I don't feel the need to go and play Ultimate yet. If I feel like revisiting colors, I'll go straight to Ultimate, of course. But
Little tip: don't go for the Chaos Emerald. It's not worth it.
Playable Supersonic's pretty rad. I mean, it was rad at the time because it was like we hadn't seen him in a game playable for like years, so that was cool. But like now, it's like,
That's the thing, though, with Sonic in the game, it's not really all that good.
Yeah, it's just like infinite boost, and that's it, really. I think Supersonic in Generations was a bit cooler because he actually had those sections where he could fly over the level.
Exactly, like in Generations.
I love a plot to go back mainly focused on the Chaos Emerald, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
Agreed.
Yes.
Who remembers the Chaos Emeralds?
The Chaos what?
What now? What about
are those again?
chaos?
The Chaos what now? You mean the Wisps?
Lol. Anyways, let's see. Let's get into a few more questions and then we'll be ending it there, guys. We're almost hitting the 2 hour mark.
To me. Yeah.
Anyways, let's see. The Sega Scourge, I guess someone was asking, what do you think of the multiverse character, Sonic character? The character, played by a friend of ours.
Multiverse Sonic character?
Yeah.
He's called like a multiverse Sonic.
Specifically Multiverse Sonic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he made a few appearances on my channel.
And if you
Dang,
don't mind.
I need to check it out. Well, that's a mental note for later.
Alright.
I want to hear about Multiverse Sonic now.
Let's see. Oh, what do you think, from Drulier to Sega Scourge, what do you think of Sunky.jpg?
Classic memeage. It's pretty great. That's another one I haven't heard in like a while, actually, so it took me... I saw that question pop up and it took me a minute to kind of register. It's like, oh yeah, thanks for helping me remember.
Also, from Blazing Andy to Sega Scourge, what are characters you would like to see in the movie?
I would like to see, well, a handful. I'd love to see Amy. I'd love to see Metal Sonic. I feel like that might be a shoo-in for the next film, arguably. If they go far enough, it would be insane if we could see, like, Chaos or something. Could you imagine? And I wouldn't be surprised, given his popularity, if we had some kind of Shadow reference. You know what I mean? Like, they're already putting in GUN into the movie in sequel. I wouldn't be surprised if, like, picture it now, guys, like, you know, GUN headquarters, and then in the back on the screen, if you zoom in real close, you could see, like, the words Project Shadow or something. You know what I mean? I feel like that's going to be in the film as, like, an Easter egg or something. It'd be great if like, they went far enough where these characters could actually have appearances, though.
I know they have the general from like Shadow the Hedgehog, like General GUN, who's in the second movie.
That is insane. I didn't know that.
Yeah, he was the guy actually in the first movie as well.
What? Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah.
So we might actually see Shadow in there. Possibility.
Huh. Well.
That's pretty cool. Let's see, from Sonar617 to Sega Scourge, what was your inspiration to start Sonic What If?
Honestly, yeah, it's just kind of, well, I was doing the theory stuff, and I was having fun talking about the lore and things, but it got a bit grating, like, just talking about what's pre-established, and with how ever-changing the lore is and things, let's be honest, a lot of it doesn't matter, really, so... I got to the point where it just kind of felt like a bit demotivating, and I wanted a bit more creative control over, like, the stuff I can tell. I wanted to be able to tell, like, you know, stories, like original stories. And the idea to do Sonic What If was partially inspired by another creator on YouTube. For anyone who's in, like, the Dragon Ball fan sphere or whatever, there's a guy called Masako-X who does a series of Dragon Ball What Ifs on his channel in a very vaguely simple format. And I kind of partially inspired mine from that, and I said I'd love to do a Sonic version of that. and that's how it became a thing. Yeah.
Goes and Frost asks to Sega Scourge, what's your favorite version of Eggman or Dr. Robotnik?
Favorite version? I'd say probably a boring answer, honestly, but IDW's Eggman has been very on point for me. What I mentioned earlier, how Eggman kind of very quickly can roll between comedic, jovial to like just absolutely scary and like genuine threat. I think IDW has really kind of blurred those lines very well. And it's still very closely in line with Game Can and Eggman. To see them take him to that kind of writing is just really impressive. And I would love to see that injected into a game, please, where we can get like a very scary but also comical Eggman. The nice blend of both.
Oh, from the cookie jar to Sega Scourge. Who made your avatar? And you got that swag, lol.
The links will be in the description, but the avatar was made by a friend of mine who goes by Ringo Hazel, but their Twitter is @Tailsdollsdad, and they drew this avatar. Can you guess who their favorite character is? But yeah, plug.
Aha.
Question.
And then
Oh, you go ahead.
Okay, I was gonna say, Mohammed asked to Sega Scourge, what do you think about Five Nights at Freddy's?
Oh, FNAF. I played the original up until Pizzeria Simulator. I haven't actually checked out any of the newer stuff. I only briefly played there was one in, I don't know which one. It might have been Help Wanted or something. But it was in VR. I played a bit of that. I was really into the lore at one point of Five Nights at Freddy's. I know they've kind of cut that story off now, though, moving into new things. I'm not caught up, so I don't really have a full opinion on it. It's just the new game coming out looks really cool. There's you can run around and stuff, and that's pretty cool. So yeah.
Let's just say I'm not a real big fan of the FNAF series. I don't like the
I know the new game is going to be a museum full of all the old artifacts from the past games.
Yeah. Sounds awesome. Like an actual, I can get up and free roam type of FNAF. That sounds great. So yeah. Nice.
Alright. Let's see, we'll take 2 more questions and then we'll end it there. Okay, go ahead, Art.
The Sega Scourge, do you think that it's possible that Knights and Sonic would do a main game spin-off crossover?
I would love to see that because I'm a big Knights fan. Yeah, we don't talk about Balan Wonderworld, but I think the whole they did the Knights DLC add-on for Lost World. I thought that was really cool. I thought that might have been a sign of something to come, like maybe a Knights revival and then maybe a Sonic and Knights thing, but sadly not. I would love to see them do a crossover. I think it'd be totally possible. I would argue that they're even in the same universe. Let's be honest, the Sonic characters, all they have to do is go to sleep. Oh, there you go, they've met Knights. Easy. That could be done anytime, anywhere. So it would be nice to see it happen. It could happen. Just will it happen?
I know they only did one little crossover in Lost World.
Yeah. That was cool. Even if it was just a glorified boss rush, it was just nice to see all of the updated models of the Knights, the characters and things.
Right.
Yeah.
Ooh, here's a very interesting question from Blazing Andy. What is your favorite video you ever made?
Favorite video I've ever made? I think that would probably be... I'd want to... I could easily say one of the theory videos, but that's just because popularity, some of the theories blew up. That doesn't matter to me though. In terms of a video that I genuinely had so much fun making and developing, at least as it stands, it would probably be in my What If series. I had What If Emerald Survived Part 4 specifically.
Yeah.
I loved every moment of making that episode, and a particular form was introduced of 2 characters. I won't go into it if people haven't seen or maybe you're interested in seeing. I'm a big fan of Emerald, and I loved making Part 4 so much. So that's probably my favorite, at least up to date now. So
Nice. Alright.
yeah. Any other
Alright.
additional questions, or are we going to wrap this thing up?
We'll take one more from Golden Frost. Thoughts on One Night at Flumpty's? Never heard of
One
it.
Night at Flumpty's. I believe that's a fan game inspired by FNAF.
Alright.
And my opinion on it is you gotta flump hard or flump home. There you go.
Just don't crack.
Well. Alright. I hope you guys enjoyed being able to ask your questions to Sega Scourge here, being able to know a lot more about him. And if you guys want to check out, see more of that and check out his content, make sure you check out the description. It will have his channel down below, as well as the person who made his render here for him. It's also in the description as well. Yeah, you guys want to say anything before we end?
You guys?
All I gotta say is stay cool, everyone.
Right. Thanks for having me on, Chris, and all of you for being here. I really appreciate it. This has been very fun, very chilled out. I've really enjoyed this.
I'm glad you did.
Awesome.
Until then,
And plus, hey, it was also
go ahead, on.
sorry.
Not good.
I was gonna say, hey, it was awesome being a part of this and being able to come chill here with everyone. And hey, I was glad to be able to have a chat again with Scourge here again. So definitely glad to be a part of this.
Yep.
Ah.
Anyways,
I know.
until the next episode, guys. I'll see you guys next time. Later.
Bye.